advance to the front. Move to the front. Left. Right. 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 Left. Hold.
Color guard, right in front, present colors. True. If you're in uniform, please salute. If you're not in uniform, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Color guard, return to your unit.
Show. Move to the right. Right. Turn. Show. Working at it, working at it. Show. Move to the right. Right. Turn. At this time, we'd just like to thank the West Indian Social Club for their support. I came here in 2009, and the club has been very supportive of us. We are proud to say we are celebrating our third Eagle Scout from a newly group that was formed, and extra proud to have him in our midst. He's one of the founding members of the Scout troop, and he's the only one remaining, so we might make a little itch now and then, but we're working on it. So at this time, we'd like to salute the West Indian Social Club for the wonderful work that they have been contributing to the Boy Scout. Show, all the front, salute, cut, salute, cut. Brandon, see the picture leader? See.
Salute. Scout promise on 1, 2.
On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to love the people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
2.
Shoot. Bar the front. Slow. March. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left.
Yes, please give them a hand. Once again, Troop 1443. Doing it since 2009. We are so thankful for you. And 3 Eagle Scouts, that's not easy. You know, and sometimes I turn the wrong way too. So yes, the pressure is on. And so once again, good evening and welcome. Those that are at the door, please make your way in, find your seat. We're gonna have a great time. So we're looking through our program and we're gonna move right through that. And welcome.
Thank you for having me. My name is Ogeo Cornaldo Agbese, and that's probably one of the most Jamaican names you've ever heard. So I appreciate you having me here for the 4th time in a row. Yes. So I've stayed the same, but the person to my immediate right has changed.
And I hope that's a good thing. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And OG has introduced himself. I'll introduce myself. My name is Joyce Bennett, and I work with the Connecticut Lottery. And, I had all these secrets and was going to let you know how to win the lottery, how to work things out, but since we're a little behind on schedule, no secrets for you tonight. We're just going to move right on in our program, all right? But a quick story, I do want to tell you this. You know, as working with the lottery, I am always curious about what people do with their winnings. And so, quick story, I had a couple come in. They had won a significant amount of money, okay? And so it was their anniversary. And the young woman looked at her husband and she says, you know, you forgot our anniversary. And when you take this check, I expect to see something bright and shiny in my driveway that goes from 0 to 200 in 60 seconds when I wake up in the morning, all right? And so the story goes that she woke up that morning. There was something bright and shiny in the driveway. She ran out, nicely wrapped. She unwrapped it, and it was a brand new bathroom scale. We haven't seen her husband since. He's been missing in action, unfortunately. But in all seriousness, we are here to have a wonderful time. We're celebrating 68 years. We come to celebrate our honorees and recipients. And our responsibility is pretty simple.
Make sure that you get out of here in a timely manner. Now, if you will look at your watch, we did start on time if your watch is on California time. So yeah. But we're rolling. We have started, and so the question is this: how many of you are here for the first time? First time. All right. Okay. Welcome. How many of you traveled a great distance to get here? Okay, all right. I know we have some folks from Maryland. And so how many of you never left from last year? Huh? I know, that's me. The music was good, the food was good, and that's what we're going to continue to do tonight. And so with that said, I believe that our officers are lined up, and we're going to move right into the introduction of past presidents. We'd like to now have the past presidents come forward and be recognized. First past president is Mr. Dermot Brown. The next past president is Mr. Hugh Freeney. And ladies and gentlemen, don't feel shy to give them a round of applause as I call their name. Next is past president Ms. Doreen Forrest.
Past President Mr. Andrew Lawrence, Past President Ms. Veronica Airy Wilson, and Past President Ms. D. Flowers. As well as Past President Ms. Marva Wilkes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a hand as they come forward. And they prepare themselves for a picture. You know, this mic, I kind of feel like I'm on the X-Files or something. There's like this delay. I don't know, do you see it? It's like my mouth is talking and then you hear me. But nonetheless, if all the officers, past and present, can please come forward as we prepare for a picture. And as they prepare to do that, we're going to ask for the current officers to ready themselves and line up there at the door.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to take plenty of pictures. I was recently introduced to this concept called a selfie. Apparently, you point the camera at yourself and then you press. And you can take a picture of yourself. That's why it's called a selfie. Amazing thing. So, of course, if you do take a selfie, make sure to post the hashtag WISC68. WISC68.
Give them a hand once again, our past president, 68 years. That's not an easy task, not at all. At this time, we're going to have the introduction of our current officers. And we're going to start with Joanne Gibson, corresponding secretary. Please give her a hand. Next joining us is Judith Williams, our treasurer. Is our very hard-working women. And I know Beverly Red, she's not here at the moment, but she is our secretary. So let's recognize her and give her a hand. She works very hard for this organization. Belmore Stewart, Mr. Stewart, second vice president. Please join us, being escorted by a lovely lady. Former classmate, I see you, indeed. And next we have Clive Garrison. Big things are going on, first vice president. And he's being escorted by Jacqueline Thomas. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we welcome the West Indian Social Club president, Mr. Richard Gordon, escorted by Justina Bird. As they prepare themselves for a picture, you may be seated. Thank you so much. As they prepare themselves for a picture, immediately following the picture, we'll have the presidential address from Mr. Gordon. And you know, 68 years, it's not easy to have a mission, to have a vision, to bring together like-minded individuals to make an organization do all the great things that they do. And you know, if you had asked me this 2 years ago about a president and who could be president, I'd say, you know, it takes someone with great character, someone who has a massive vision for the plan of their administration, someone who can keep an administration together, someone who has a shared perspective. Had you asked me that 2 years ago, that's what I would have said. But it seems like with this country, almost anyone can be president.
Was that a dig at Donald Trump?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say
Good.
that at all. What I'm saying is if you had asked me that 2 years ago, my answer would be different. But certainly those characters don't represent this organization, does not represent what it takes to run this organization. We're so fortunate to have a young man who has a vision, he has a mission, and he stepped in to fill very big shoes to continue to make sure this organization continues to do what it does. So with that said, without further ado, Mr. Gordon Esquire, please don't sit down. We're going to ask you to come forward and bring the President's address. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for President Richard Gordon Esquire.
The Mayor of Bloomfield, Mayor DeBeetham Brown, past Mayor, immediate past Mayor of Bloomfield, Mr. Sid Shulman, invited guests of the various mother and sister organizations, members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And I want to extend a most pleasant good evening to all of you and welcome you to the occasion of our 68th birthday. So, today, we turn 68, a time to look back critically at our journey and to assess our path forward. The significance of this achievement is underscored by the enormity of your numbers and the spiritedness of your participation. In gathering here today, we bear witness to the stellar achievement and pioneering spirit of our founders and our honorees. Although our founders came from varying walks of life in the Caribbean, they're united in their desire to erect a home together and to culturally impact the community in which they lived. And what an impact this has been. Over the years, we have hosted prime ministers, governors, ministers of government, ambassadors, mayors, corporate heads, scholars, athletes, teachers, and other people from all walks of life. In 1950, our founders were few in numbers and strong in spirit. Today, we are larger in numbers and even larger in spirit. So, folks, if Vice President Joe Biden were present tonight, he would say this is a big mother deal. The West Indian Social Club was conceived and founded by our members as a gathering place, primarily, a center of education and culture with the vital mission of preserving and invigorating the precepts and values of Caribbeanites, while at the same time we were serving the educational and cultural needs of all segments of the greater Hartford community. Our organization emulates, through varied programs, the legacy or legacies which provide, in large part, major cultural endowments derived from the post-colonial Caribbean in music, athletics, education, and culture. If I may paraphrase the philosopher Edmund Burke, when we started in 1950, we adopted the philosophy: an organization of ours must have rules and behaviors to bring unity of purpose out of the mutual adaptation of our conflicting interests and emotions. What does that mean? One of our members and a former councilman in the city of Hartford, Ken Kennedy, stated famously, if people thought the politics at Hartford City Hall was vicious, they need to try to visit the West Indian Social Club sometime. In time, these unifying rules have become prescriptive traditions, if you will, that assign rights and privileges and transmit them to the next generation of our members through these very same principles. Over these 68 years, the more ancient the tradition, and I know I'll have a lot of problems with some people about that word, the more profound the respect it evokes, because it embraces the accumulated collective wisdom of our older members, if you will, some of whom were a lot smarter than us. As such, these traditions must therefore be examined with great admiration and veneration. The respect we now enjoy derives not from what our founders said, but by the way they lived. This lesson is not lost on us, the newer, shall I say, younger members. West Indian Social Club is the leader of the West Indian community in Connecticut. 68 years ago, our Caribbeanites were few in numbers in Greater Hartford, but particularly through the efforts of the West Indian Social Club, this community has grown to become the third largest West Indian community in North America, bested only by New York and Miami. And for significant periods of times prior to 1995, we were second only to New York. Today, our community comprises, and it has produced political leaders in the personage of Councilwoman, at least former, Veronica Erie Wilson, Dr. Allred Dice, Councilman Noel McGregor, the aforementioned Ken Kennedy. You can clap if you feel like. Benworth Walker, Guy Jacobs, the present mayor of Bloomfield, Her Honor, the Beetham Brown, with the exception, is not a member yet. We have also boasted former City of Hartford Registrar of Voters, Tony Meany and Shirley Chisholm, among our members. In my mind, the cultural, social, and economic growth of this community is directly tied to the initial efforts of our visionary founders. And how did we get to this point? Well, in a nutshell, many of the men, and I say men qualifiedly, who initially came here married local women and raised families here, while others sent for their wives and girlfriends from back home to start their lives here. From these familial relationships, if you will, came the intended consequence of population growth, transplanted respectability, reputation for hard work, and community involvement and improvement. These attributes and characteristics remain aspects of our signature at this organization even today. Friends, all, this organization's achievements are numerous and they're various. The West Indian Social Club proudly claims the role of father and granddaddy to almost every West Indian organization in the greater Hartford community. Most West Indian organizations in this city will tell you that at some point they were members of the West Indian Social Club. Today, we are the meeting place for at least 10 other organizations, including Mr. Brown's the West Indian Independence Celebration Committee, the West Indian Lions Club, and Mr. Brown's Committee for the Exoneration of Marcus Garvey, just to name a few. In 1962, when the fervor of the independence movement burned in the bosom of West Indians, it was the West Indian Social Club which initiated the first celebration in North America to celebrate our emancipation from colonial rule. Pioneers we have always been here at the West Indian Social Club. In 1971-72, we moved from Barber Street to our present home. Our presence single-handedly energized the economic base of Main Street in the North End. Mark you, at one point, our members were prohibited from entering the very building in which we now call home. Trailblazers we also were. Since we started the first Independence Carnival celebration in 1962, we have concomitantly awarded scholarship monies exceeding $200,000 to young people desiring to further their education beyond high school. Some of you may remember that I was a contestant during my time as an undergraduate. I won't tell you where I placed in that contest, but to this day, I maintain that I was robbed. Around 1981, when the Connecticut Cricket League was formed, we were the crown jewel in the prospective league. Without the presence of the West Indian Social Club, the league's viability was questionable at best. Since the league's inception, we have won half the championships, including beating up on Baltimore every time they came here. As part of our continued commitment to the greater Hartford community, we formed the West Indian Foundation in 1978 to better serve the needs of the young people in our community. 40 years later, or 48 years later, or whatever it is, the foundation continues its vital journey while fulfilling the needs of numerous young people as it has over the years. Each year, we have memorialized the contribution of our life members, some of whom have preceded us. This program in the past was chaired by Ms. Cynthia Tamar. A program basically, although it's young, it symbolizes the esteem with which we hold the memories of our dearly departed members and the achievements and contributions they have made in getting us to 68. West Indian Social Club membership is the perfect mix of young and the not so young. Although I count myself among the not so young, the organization has always been a place where young people could bring their particularized professional experiences and hone their skills in furtherance of achieving their personal goals, while also helping the organization grow. Our philosophy is unbending, and the strength of character that brought us here to celebrate 68 is representative of this continuing philosophy. Friends all and members, as we celebrate 68, the organization continues to nurture and mentor smaller groups, providing services to our community. These contributions often manifest by way of in-kind contributions, financial contributions, as well as technical advice. Therefore, in this regard, our membership remains committed to its responsibilities as leader of the West Indian community, especially as they pertain to opportunities for the young and the up and coming. Though we are now 68, friends, we will not settle on our familial obligations or our community commitments. In a sense, as we celebrate 68, we in fact celebrate the contribution of immigrants to the development of America. In these times of anti-immigrant sentiments, we can look proudly at our specific achievements as an organization and as a community, while certifying the positive contributions that we have made to this community. As we move forward, we remain confident in our past accomplishments, and we hunger to achieve more in the future. So today, as we celebrate our 68th birthday, we remain mindful of our past achievements, of our distinguished membership, and we march ahead strongly and boldly in the knowledge that there is still much to be done. There are always significant administrative and management challenges. We must and we will confront these challenges courageously, squarely, and forthrightly. But as we forge ahead, we can take instruction from the fact that we remain a positive, steadfast frame within this culture called the North American ethos. Members, stand tall and stand strong, stand proud. Today you're 68. As I stand here today, I acknowledge and recognize the 30 others who have sat in the chair that I now sit in. And I am confident in the knowledge that they have each contributed their time, their skills, their education, their commitment, sometimes even their marriages, to our being here today. Friends, today is a proud moment in the life of the West Indian Social Club. Enjoy it, and see you in the succeeding years as we march towards our 75th birthday. Tonight, my heart, and I hope yours, is glad. Welcome, and it's good to see you again.
I am honored to bring my father forward. We know him as Sweet B, Mr. Ben, and he's going to come forward and bring the invocation. Thank you so much, Daddy.
Will you please stand? Almighty and everlasting Father, the creator of the heavens and all the earth, the maker of mankind and all of there within, we beseech thee. Gracious God, we thank thee for our presence here this evening at our 68th anniversary ball. Heavenly Father, continue to bless those officers who have worked diligently in the past and have passed away, and those who are serving now. Gracious God, let's give us a moment of silence. Heavenly Father, continue to bless us and the many soldiers that serve all over the universe. Continue to bless them also. Bless the sick, the troubled, the worried, and the despair. Heavenly Father, bless all the dignitaries from far and near. The mayor from Hartford, Bloomfield, and all the surrounding. Gracious God, give us a sense of direction, that whatever we do or say on this day will be fruitful and pleasing. These blessings and other blessings we ask through Jesus Christ, our Lord, we pray. Amen.
Amen, amen. 95 years. 95 years. And let me tell you a little story about Sweet Ben as he rolls back. You know, he has his own garden. He builds it every year. And so growing up in a Jamaican home is never easy. And I remember from when I was a little girl, all right, and I'd listen to my dad tell me different things. And I remember as a point I ran up on a guy that he didn't have too much to offer. And so I was talking to Daddy, and, you know, at one point Daddy said, "You're not getting nothing from a pig but a grunt." I'm like, huh? Of course. You know, trying to understand these things. I'm saying, that's what pigs do. They grunt. I'm trying to understand this. And another time Daddy said, "Call a spade a spade." I'm like, "Mom, a spade is a spade. You wouldn't call it anything else." But you know, there's so many wonderful sayings that are Jamaican sayings that have such great meaning. Nothing, get nothing from a pig but a grunt.
Can you translate that for the non-Jamaicans in the audience, please?
You're not going to get anything from that right there. That's all that they do. Call a spade a spade.
Okay.
What does that mean? You tell me. What does it mean? It is what it is.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Another one. You can't stand up and sit down at the same time. Make up your mind, right? You know, as a child, though, it confuses you.
It confuses me now.
But I love my dad. God bless him. We are so thankful for him. All right, Mr. DJ. No, man, don't turn it down. It sounds good. How we feeling, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of program I'm talking about. All the way from Baltimore, right here, Mr. Danny P. Oh, I should have known. Oh, yeah, he sound good, you see. I tell you this, program done. Time to dance. Yeah, well, sound good. And he's actually one of our award recipients tonight. So we're so thankful for that. All right, Mr. Danny P., we thank you so much for those lovely, lovely sounds. That's how it's done right here at the West Indian Social Club. So how we feeling? Yes, Irie. How we feeling?
Hungry.
All right, this is my buddy OG, and God bless him, because, you know, OG stood up here and he called all the tables, and I told OG, I said, "OG, my shoes have a time limit. I'm sorry, I can't continue to stand up here. They have a time limit." And so we have eaten, and ladies, you know, everything is tucked and put away, and yeah, man, we have a time limit on that too, so we need to keep the thing moving. That's the way I see it. But please put your hands together for the caterer. That's Anthony's Catering. He's out of Windsor, Connecticut, and he continues to do a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. So once again, welcome.
Thank you very much. Tony's All Season Catering for all of your catering needs, located in wonderful Bloomfield, Connecticut. Look in your program for more information and how to contact them. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, OG. And so, as we move the program along, as I said, after dinner we have entertainment, and then we're going to move into the recognition of dignitaries, followed by our award recipients. And so it's my understanding that we're asking our recipients to keep their wonderful work and their welcome and thank you message to about 1 minute. So we thank you for that. Let me hear everybody say 1 minute. Yes, I like to know that we are all working together with this. Together we attain more.
That stands for team.
Yes, yes it does. And so are we ready for entertainment? All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to move in our program.
As we wait for the entertainment, we will recognize some of the organizations that have joined us this evening. The first organization I'd like to recognize, and when I call your name, please stand up, give a brief wave, and let the people know you're here. The first organization I'd like to recognize is the West Indian American Association of Greater Bridgeport. Yes. West Indian American Association of Greater Bridgeport. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Next is the Jamaica Progressive League. Please stand and be recognized. The Jamaica Progressive League. Thank you. Next is the Caribbean American Society. If a representative from the organization would stand and be recognized, it'd be greatly appreciated. That's the Caribbean American Society. Next, we have the Sportsman Athletic Club / the Cricket Hall of Fame. If a representative would rise and let everyone know that Sportsman is being represented today. Thank you. Next, we have the vaunted West Indian Foundation. If a representative from the West Indian Foundation would stand and be recognized,
Mr. Gordon,
it'd be greatly
Mr. Collins.
appreciated. Oh, thank you. Next, we have the Jamaica Association of Maryland. If that organization would have a representative to stand and be recognized.
All right, Maryland in the house. Yes, welcome.
Next, we'd like to recognize Najaso. Najaso. If a representative from Najaso would please rise and let the crowd know that they're here. Thank you. We have the Greater Hartford West Indian Lions Club. The Greater Hartford West Indian Lions Club. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you.
Did they give you the music for the dance troupe?
Next, we have the Marcus Garvey Foundation. If someone from the Marcus Garvey Foundation would stand and be recognized, it'd be appreciated. Thank you.
All right, OG, and as we're recognizing these wonderful people that are joining us, as the Caribbean Dance Troupe prepare themselves, if you could just bring your music to the DJ, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
The next organization we'd like to recognize is the Carmen Funeral Home. The Carmen Funeral Home and their advertisement can be found on the back page of your programs. Carmen Funeral Home. If a representative would stand and be recognized, it'd be appreciated. Thank you.
All right, Frank.
Next, we have the Atlanta Jamaica Association. We have a representative, Marcia Anderson Essen here, all the way from the dirty South, Atlanta. Thank you.
All right, why you not bring the warm weather with you? Huh? Next time.
Next, we'd like to have a representative from the Jamaica Ex-Police stand and be recognized. The Jamaica Ex-Police, thank you. If a representative from the Taste of the Caribbean would stand and be recognized.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Summer fun.
And we also have the Guyana Couture Association, organization rather, if that person would stand up and be recognized, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
All right. Once again, thank you so much for joining us here at 68-year anniversary. We truly do appreciate you. So those are just a few of the organizations joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to move in our program, and I understand the Caribbean American Dance Company, they are getting ready for us. And I know they have some great dance moves put together as our MC, our DJ gets the music together and coordinated. And, you know, as they do that, OG, let me tell you a story right quick. And the DJ is going to let us know when you're just going to give me a heads up when you're ready.
I love stories.
All right, so, you know, there's a Jamaican doctor, right? And there was a Bajan lawyer. And this Jamaican doctor, he opened up an office, you know, in the hopes of getting a few customers and making some money. And so he put a special together. And he basically said, look, I'll charge you $20,000 for the service. And if I cannot cure you, I will pay you $100,000, all right? So the Bajan lawyer says, yeah, man, okay, all right. We good? All right, I'm gonna tell you the rest of it after. I don't like to hold up the program. It's a good one, though. It's a good story. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Caribbean American Dance Company?
All tonight. Aye, aye, oh, it's constant grooving. Go feel you could get away. Baby, your mind tonight. Oh, I'm waiting to find them gal on the road, mama. We come out of it. With all them sexy bam bam exposed, mama. We come out of it. When you see we move to the carnival, we come out of it. Nothing could ever bother me at all. I want hold on the waist and wind it up. I want take a little taste and nice it up. I want sip on me rum so double it up. I give me 2, 3, 4, gal bubble it up. Oh yeah, we waiting. Oh yeah, have gal on the left, right, back, front. All them wine when I say aye aye oh, play the music. You think you could get away? I'm giving you all tonight. Aye aye oh, it's constant grooving. You think you could get away? Baby, you're mine tonight. Hola, pretty gal, jump up, wind that waist, raise your hands up. Tonight we could dance up, make you feel sweet, raise your vibes up. I love how she bounce it, Trinidad born never lose she accents. Hola, when she move it so, give her some room to go down below. She want hold on me waist and wind it up. She want give me lick a taste and nice it up. She want sip on me rum so double it up. I give her 2, 3, 4, wine bubble it up. Oh yeah, she waiting. Oh yeah, to jam on the left, right, back, front. Hold me baby and say aye aye oh, play the music. You think you could get away? I'm giving you all tonight. Aye aye oh, it's constant grooving. You feel you could get away. Hey, baby, I want you to play that. I want you to play. I want you to play that. I want you to play. I want you to play that. I want you to play. I want you to. Hey, tell them why. Tell them why. We having a party. Oh, we having a party. Oh, we having a party. Oh, we having a. Hey, you think you're good? Hey, aye aye oh, aye aye oh, get away. You think you're good? Hey, aye aye oh, it's constant grooving. Get away. Hey, aye aye oh, play the music. You think you're good? Get away. You feel you're good? Aye aye oh, it's constant grooving. You feel you're good? Get away.
All right. Yes, yes. Put your hands together again.
We have Ms. Veronica Airy Wilson, the former deputy mayor of Hartford, if she would stand to be recognized. Thank you, Veronica. Also, George Smith, And
I know OG here.
he's recognized.
I
Oh,
give you
thank
my
you very much.
glasses. I know it's not easy.
Guys, I just had.
God bless you, my brother.
Oh man, this is awesome. I looked in the mirror the other day, guys, and I discovered something about myself. I'm thinning up a little bit up here. So I don't know whether to just like go bald and let it go or try to hold on for dear life. So if anyone can give me some advice about that afterwards, it'd be appreciated.
Go bald.
Go bald?
Go bald. Go bald.
Go bald?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. There you have it. Mr. George Smith is here, and he's celebrating his retirement with his friends from New Haven. So Mr. George Smith, if you would stand and be recognized, if you are able, be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Happy retirement. Happy retirement.
Happy retirement. Oh, yes. Yes, we do have some local dignitaries here. The mayor of Hartford is here.
Yes.
The mayor of Hartford is here.
Yes, we're so happy to see you.
We are so happy to see him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luke Bronin, the
Yes.
mayor of Hartford, has arrived just in time, and he's here with his lovely wife, Sarah Bronin.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Mayor, are you ready to come up and speak? Or it looks like he's still saying
Yes.
his highs and...
Yes, so we'll have a quick word from the Honorable Mayor Luke Bronin. I
Yes.
understand, I saw him last night, another award, the A Giver's Heart celebration there at the Bushnell. And as I was talking with Mayor Bronin as he moves forward to the stage, he was saying that he's going to be here tonight. And he says, you know what, Joyce, I am coming, we are coming, but tonight is date night with me and my wife. So we're going to be on our date first. And then we're going to come on through. So we're so happy to have you. Please come forward. Welcome, the Honorable Luke Bronin, Mayor of Hartford.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see you. Everyone looks so beautiful tonight. Sarah and I are so happy to be with you. We're just so happy to celebrate the 68th anniversary. You know that anytime we get to go out, you may not know, but Sarah and I actually like to come out to the West Indian Social Club, even on nights when the crowd isn't quite so big, and do some dancing and hang out. So it is great to be here. I just want to say, you all know this, but this city is so proud to be home to one of the largest West Indian communities in the entire country. And this club is the heart and soul of that community. And so to everybody, to Richard Gordon and the entire board, to everybody who volunteers and gives their time, to everybody who supports by being here and in so many ways, what you're doing isn't just keeping a tradition of this club alive. It is also making sure that a pillar of our community stays strong. This place that's been the home to so many, generation after generation of West Indians who came to this city as migrants and who now strengthen it as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as elected officials, as teachers, as professionals in so many ways. We're so grateful for what you do and so grateful for the strength and the vibrancy of this West Indian community that makes our city better every single day. So God bless you all. It is such an honor to be with you, and we look forward to spending some fun time tonight. Thank you very much, and happy anniversary.
All right, once again, the Honorable Luke Bronin, and thank you for including us on your date night.
Thank you. And if I could share a brief story about Mayor Bronin and how much he's embraced the West Indian community. I think the first time I met him was at a birthday Friday, and he came right on time, 7 o'clock. He was the first person here. And so now he's learned to come a little bit on island time. So Mayor Bronin, thank you for embracing every part of our culture.
And you know, OG, it's so funny that you say that, because when I was talking to the mayor last night, he said, you know, Joyce, I'm gonna be there, but my wife and I may be a little late. We're gonna come a little after 9, 10 o'clock. But I believe the mayor knew he was right on time. Got to tell us your secret. All right. Once again, welcome.
Another dignitary who we'd like to recognize is Mayor Suzette DeBatham Brown from Bloomfield. Mayor Brown.
All right, Reverend, please
if you'd like to come and give greetings from the city of Bloomfield, it'd be appreciated.
All right.
If you're a little nervous and don't like public speaking, I understand.
And
something
so,
everyone likes
OG,
to do.
as she comes forward, as we told our recipients, you have 1 minute. So what we're telling all of our dignitaries is you got 30 seconds. No, the pressure, the pressure. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Honorable Reverend Suzette DeBeetham Brown.
Thank you very much and good evening. Listen, I'm very impressed that them pronounced the name properly, yeah? Okay, back to dignitary, to the president of the club, and to all the officers of the West Indian Social Club, to all the honorees, congratulations. 68 years is a long time, but I like the idea of celebrating. That means you've made it, right? Rough times, good times, bad times, you made it, and you're still here, and you're smiling, and the community knows that you're a strong force to be reckoned with. The West Indian Social Club. People must stand up and take notice of who we are, right? Congratulations, and keep on being the beacon that you are in this community. You give us something to be proud about. No, sir? So.
Yes. Thank you, the Honorable Reverend Suzette DeBeetham Brown. Make me buff up my chest, straighten out my back. Proud Jamaican. Thank you.
Could you translate the last part of what you said? I'm still learning, folks. I'm still learning. Next, we have past mayor, Mr. Sid Schulman, and he's here with his wife, Alma. Let's recognize Mr. Schulman. We also have State Representative Joshua Hall, and he's here with his wife, and he would like to come forward and give greetings from the state of Connecticut and bring a couple of other of his compatriots to the stage. So, Mr. Hall, please come forward.
I would echo the sentiments of my previous speakers and say congratulations to the West Indian Social Club on their 68th anniversary. Greetings from the state of Connecticut. On behalf of my Hartford delegation, especially Senator Douglas McCory and Brandon McGee, congratulations on your 60th anniversary. I would just say that greetings to my West Indian family. My grandmother was actually born and raised in Barbados, so I'm a Bayesian, absolutely. My father always told me that I reminded him of his father. His father married an island woman, and so did I. My beautiful wife, Timsia, is from St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, so big up. So congratulations once again, but we also have some other folks in here who would like to say a few words to you this evening. We have former Council President Sean Wooden, who's running for State Treasurer in the House tonight, so if you can please come up and give you a few words, that would be great to hear from you as well.
Thank you, Josh. I would just like to bring greetings and say congratulations to the president, to the officers, to the West Indian Social Club. It's good to be back here with you once again for another celebration. I can't say I've been here for 68 years, but I've been here to many of them. And so thank you. We wish you the best. I look forward to, I appreciated your support over the years when I was in office, and I look forward to continuing to be a part of this community as your next state treasurer. So thank you so much.
We also have another candidate for constitutional office here, and this is Chris Matty, who's a Hartford resident, former prosecutor. He actually prosecuted former Governor Rowland, so that's actually a crowd inside. So please come up in here.
Well, good evening, everybody. I live in Hartford now, and I'm from Windsor, and so I bring you greetings from Windsor as well. And congratulations to the West Indian Social Club on your 68th anniversary. What I was reminded of as I was watching the dance troupe is what this social club represents, and that is that we all came from somewhere, didn't we? And it's an important time nowadays to remember that. And so I want us to share the beauty of this community here tonight, but also remember that there are a lot of communities out there right now that need to be reminded that we all came from somewhere. And so let's go out in that spirit and let's celebrate in that spirit tonight. And congratulations and thank you all.
Let's hear it one more time for these gentlemen, some of which will or may be your elected officials. Thank you. Would like to also recognize Councilman Thomas Clark II. Thank you. And of course, I did happen to skip the Circle of Hands Foundation when we're announcing organizations. So if the Circle of Hands Foundation would stand and be recognized, then more information about them can also be found in your program. Make sure to look up the Circle of Hands Foundation. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, give all of our dignitaries a round of applause. And so we certainly welcome everyone that is here tonight, all the dignitary, the clergy, the board members, all of the very, very important people that are here. As a matter of fact, turn to your neighbor. Tell your neighbor, she's talking about me. She's talking about me. Now turn to your other neighbor and say, she's talking about you. She's talking about you. All right, consider yourself welcomed and greeted. We are so thankful that we have recognized all of the very important people. Yes. Okay, we are going to move on in our program. And at this time, I said that we have gathered to recognize and celebrate some of the best and brightest in our state and internationally. These individuals are change agents. They are hard workers. They are diligent and they excel in their respective field and in life. These individuals that we honor here tonight, we honor for their hard work to community and to community service. We thank them for all that they've done, and we continue to celebrate them. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move into the awards portion of our program. And at this time, just put your hands together for all of our awardees tonight. As we move into the first recipient for tonight's awards presentation. Her name is Vangela Hazel Buchanan. Yes, you can clap to that. As she makes her way forward, she was born in Hanover, Jamaica. She is a graduate from Miko Teachers College. Miko. Oh, look. I know, see, thank you so much. We got a lot of graduates from there. Yes, thank you for that. Where she majored in art. And upon migrating to the United States in 1989, she worked for 20 years with the American Airlines as an agent and instructor. She took early retirement and began teaching in higher education, first at Capital Community College and then at Central Connecticut State University, where she currently is a doctoral student in educational leadership in higher education. Vangela, she is a published author with at least 16 books of various genres. Her featured column, Country Galliforian, it can be found in the West Indian American newspaper. She's an entrepreneur and in 2018 became Bloomfield's first African-American female bookstore owner. The Writery Inc. is the name of the store. Ladies and gentlemen, she hails from Windsor, Connecticut currently, and she has one son, Stuart. Please put your hands together for Ms. Hazel Buchanan, receiving our Education Award. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a few words from Ms. Buchanan. And as she comes forward, please once again show her your love by welcoming her for all of her diligent and hard work. Thank you so much.
Honored and distinguished guests, members of the board of the West Indian Social Club of Hartford, family and friends, it is an honor for me to accept this award from this organization that has, for 68 years, kept us connected to our culture, reminding us of where we came from, while at the same time helping us appreciate where we are. My thanks to everyone who came to support me. My thanks to my family and friends who have stood by me and have helped me in achieving my goals. Thank you.
All right, once again, thank you so much for all of your hard work. We truly appreciate you. Our next recipient, Dr. Jacqueline Evans Phillips. And as we prepare for her, I've been asked to move the presentations down to the lower level. So please bear with me as I do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jacqueline Evans Phillips. She is a doctor of education with a master's in clinical psychology. She is on a personal mission to create an empowerment movement to awaken individuals to their call to greatness. Dr. Jackie is also the founder and owner of Life Changers Consulting, LLC, a company that provides life empowerment services and educational consulting for individuals who are ready to develop a roadmap to living a life of purpose. Her empowerment services take the form of life coaching and youth empowerment. As an author, Dr. Evans Phillips continues to awaken individuals to their call to greatness with several books. Dr. Jacqueline Evans Phillips is a native of St. Lucia. She's blessed with 2 children, and she has a prayer warrior mom, she says. So ladies and gentlemen, for our Education Award, please welcome Dr. Jacqueline Evans Phillips. All right. All right, Dr. Phillips, thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Honored guests, I am here today because someone invested in me. Someone gave me the opportunity to leave my country, St. Lucia, and seek higher education in the U.S. 29 years ago. And I'd like to honor today Miss Teresa James. She was the one who invested her pension, and her goal was for me to seek higher education overseas. And today, my legacy is to continue investing and continue to empower individuals into higher education and to continue soaring into greatness. So my goal today is to thank my village, my family, my friends, and everyone here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Our next award recipient, Donovan Halsall. Danny P, that's what we're gonna call him. All right. Danny P, he was born and raised in Jamaica. Donovan, well, he attended Clarendon College where he excelled in soccer. He played in the DaCosta Cup in 1977. When he wasn't playing soccer, you could find him playing music or tinkering with his sound system. He officially became a DJ in 1975 using a sound system called Grotto Swing in Jamaica. Donovan migrated to Maryland and continued his love for music. He became a popular DJ in Baltimore metropolitan area as well as other states in the US. He is also known to DJ weddings, parties, dance halls, and numerous functions that require a DJ. If you need a DJ, well, Danny P, as he is affectionately known, is on call. Danny P, he's played at the Blue Caribbean Bar and Lounge for over 23 years. And he's been playing for the Jamaican Association of Maryland since 1992, and we welcome you here. Danny P loves music and his sound system, but not more than he loves his lovely wife, Peaches, or Miss P, as she is called. They've been married for 33 years and have 6 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Danny P.
Good night. Thank you. First, I want to say thank you to the West Indian Club to give me this special award tonight. I want to thank Jam and all my brethren and all my friends from Baltimore and all my brethren from Connecticut also. Thank you. And also thank my wife again, Peaches. Thank you very much. God bless.
And thank you for that music during dinner. That was quite nice. As we continue, ladies and gentlemen, our next award recipient, Mr. Desmond Collins. He is a native, yes, you can clap to that. He is a native of St. Catherine, Jamaica. He attended College of Arts, Science and Technology, CAST, now the University of Technology, Jamaica. And he graduated in 1978. Upon migrating to the United States, Mr. Collins attended Central Connecticut State University, where he earned a degree in accounting. Desmond is the owner of Collins Tax and Accounting Services in Bloomfield, Connecticut. He is a member of the National Association of Tax Professionals, the National Society of Accountants, and a member of the Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. He also serves as notary public and justice of the peace, so you can get your taxes done and get married. His passion and his purpose, though, is the West Indian community. He is a member of the West Indian Social Club since 1989 and has previously served as financial secretary for this organization. His current love continues to be president of the West Indian Foundation, of which he is the current president, and has held the position as the past president as well for a number of years. Mr. Collins is the proud father of 3 sons. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Desmond Collins.
Protocol has been established, so good evening, everyone, and I will not take more than 30 seconds to thank all of you for being here or supporting not only me, but the West Indian Social Club that has been a very strong organization in this community that has been established before. I could not have done what I've done in this community without the support of my friends who are here this evening, my family who is here this evening, and of course, all of you as community leaders. And I'll yield the rest of my time to the next recipient.
Mr. Collins?
All right, as Maxine Waters would say, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time. Thank you so much. Our next award recipient, ladies and gentlemen, is Cyrus Amy. Mr. Amy, yes, you can clap to that. Mr. Amy was born in Barbados, West Indies. Upon migrating to the United States, he was employed with the Hartford Insurance Group for 25 years upon his retirement. He is a founding member of the Barbados American Society of Hartford, BASH, a former prominent organization for approximately 45 years. He held the position of secretary for over 20 years and provided instrumental assistance in purchasing the property where the organization was housed at 126 Homestead Avenue. He is the past vice president of the West Indian Celebration Committee and spearheaded the inclusion of many marching bands to the parade festivities. Cyrus, he possesses a love for the sport of cricket, and he is beyond good. He was inducted into the Cricket Hall of Fame, located right here in Hartford, Connecticut. Mr. Cyrus has been a dedicated, active member of St. Monica's Episcopal Church for 50 years. He remains active with the Brothers of St. Andrew. Cyrus and his lovely wife, Barbara Patsy, resides in Windsor. He's a proud father of 6. He has 5 grandchildren. Wait a minute, finish. 5 grandchildren, 7 great-grandchildren, and 6 children. And he is thankful for the blessing of a long, full life, and most of all wants everyone to know he is a gentle spirit, he is kind, he is compassionate, and he's devoted to his family and community. Mr. Cyrus Amy. Put your hands together, please. Yes, that's fine right there. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to turn you just a little bit. And would you like to say a few words?
Yes. Thank you. Mr. President, members of the West Indian Social Club, friends, visitors, guests. It's a pleasure for me to be here tonight. As you notice, I'm walking with a walker to help me. I remember very well when West Indian Club was on Barber Street. Mr. Lawrence, Wentworth Lawrence, was the chairman of the celebration committee. And he said, Cyrus, would you work with me? And I said, yes. And we were the first to bring the parade down Main Street here to this building. So this is a long time I've been coming here. I can't do it now, but thank God for all the blessings which he has given to me and my wealthy wife and children, that I can continue. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, once again, congratulations and thank you so much. I'll bring it right over to your table for you. All right, thank you so much. Please put your hands together once again for Mr. Amy. And as we continue in our program, just a quick announcement. Certainly want to welcome again the Jamaican Nationals Association of Washington, D.C. here with us tonight. So again, we welcome and recognize you. And then just another quick announcement. There is a vehicle, 433AA7. You are blocking someone. And just like you're at church, you can just put your finger up and kind of tip out and move your car. All right, thank you so much. Now we're going to continue to move on with our award recipients. At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to OG to continue to welcome and recognize all of our wonderful and great recipients. How we feeling? All right, Irie, Mr. OG.
I'd like to thank all the recipients so far for being so brief with their remarks. It's really appreciated, and hopefully the next people I'll announce will also stand, be recognized, and let the remarks be brief. Thank you. The next recipient that we have this evening is Mr. Clive Clooney. Mr. Clooney, please come forward. Clive Clooney was born in St. Catherine, Jamaica. He attended Point Hill All-Age School, after which he went to Kellett Secondary School, located in Clarendon, where he majored in electrical installation. After graduating in 1983, he found a job with the Coffee Industry Board as an assistant officer. Mr. Clooney came to Connecticut in 1987 after learning that New York City was not all it was cracked up to be. The Big Apple was, in fact, a little rotten. He attended Greater Hartford Community College and later Capital Community College. And since 2000, he's been an iron worker, building some of our most memorable and iconic structures, such as the Connecticut Science Center, Hartford Safety Complex, and the Convention Center, just to name a few. He has been a beloved, committed member of the Caribbean American Society of Hartford, where he has served several offices since joining the organization in 1992. These offices include Vice President and Financial Secretary. He has also held other offices, including President of the organization he founded, the New England Domino Association. He also co-founded the Caribbean Club's cricket team. He currently resides in Bloomfield, Connecticut, with his wife, Donna Clooney. He has 5 children: Chanel, Clive Jr., Fabian, Cleon, and Carrie. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Clive Clooney. Would you like to say a few words, sir? Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank the officers and members of the West Indian Social Club and everybody that's here to support me and everybody that's here. We want to thank you for coming out and showing support for all of the honorees. But there is this award. I want to thank my family for allowing me to serve the community as I do. And there's also a gentleman in the house that I want to thank also. He has been my mentor for years. Mr. Carty, could you please stand up for me if you're still in the house? Mr. Edwin, that's the gentleman that I go to for all my advice, and he never fails. So with that, I want to once again thank the West Indian Social Club for even considering me for this award. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.
And it was not mentioned earlier, but each of our recipients is receiving a citation from the aforementioned Mayor of Hartford, Mr. Luke Bronin. And it reads as follows: "Be it hereby known to all that I hereby offer my sincerest congratulations in recognition of, award named here, that this person received from the West Indian Social Club during its 68th anniversary ball on April 21st, 2018, and the other citations read the same." Moving on to our next recipient, would like to now have Ms. Carolyn Vermont come forward. Ms. Carolyn Vermont is currently running for state senator in the 23rd Senatorial District, covering parts of Bridgefield and Stratford. She was invited as a change maker to the 2016 White House, United States of America Women's Summit by President Obama's administration. She also served as Bridgeport campaign manager for the Connecticut State Treasurer, Ms. Denise Napier. Carolyn serves as a workshop and retreat facilitator for the Parent Leadership Training Institute, in addition to serving as director of the Urban Initiatives of Connecticut Against Gun Violence. Carolyn currently volunteers as president-elect of the Rotary Club of Bridgeport, board member of the Prosperity Foundation, public relations chair of the West Indian Association of Greater Bridgeport, amongst many other roles and responsibilities. And Carolyn has also received many community awards in addition to this one, including the Fairfield University Alumni Service Award, Rotarian of the Year, West Indian American Association President Award and Community Service Award, Negro Business and Professional Women Community Service Award, National Black MBA, WGC MBA of the Year Award, in addition to many, many others. She has also been featured in numerous magazines. And somehow, she has found the time to be the proud mother of Nicole and Noel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our next recipient, Miss Carolyn Vermont.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night, beautiful people. You are a true reflection of the motto, out of many, one people. Thank you so much for the West Indian Social Club for this award. I want to thank my family and my friends, and also the West Indian American Association. We have our current and also past presidents in the house tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out and supporting me. Thank you. Take a picture, we'll give that to OG. Okay.
Let's hear it once again for our final recipient, Miss Carolyn Vermont. Miss Carolyn Vermont. The next recipient is Mr. Valmore Anthony Stewart, Jr. Let's hear it for Mr. Valmore Anthony Stewart, Jr., who's born in Hartford, Connecticut, to Valmore Sr. and Lisa Stewart on August 8th, 1998. That makes me feel old. Valmore has two siblings, LaTanya Stewart and Vanessa Stewart. Valmore attended the Windsor Public Schools and graduated from Windsor High in 2016. While in high school, Valmore excelled inside as well as outside the classroom, and he even succeeded in breaking the swim team's diving record. That's right. We can do everything, not just the bobsled, ladies and gentlemen. Valmore has been a member of the Hopewell Baptist Church since 2007 and participated with the youth choir and serves on the junior usher board. Valmore served on the junior usher board since the age of 5 and has served as a president and instructor to his peers. Currently, Valmore is enrolled in Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, where he's majoring in finance with a dual minor in healthcare management and economics. Valmore also participates in many clubs, which include Men of Excellence, Students of Society by Bridging Diversity, and the Business Club, where he serves as Chief Marketing Officer. Valmore is currently employed with the town of Bloomfield as a lifeguard and was blessed to save a child's life in the summer of 2016. Valmore's other hobbies include swimming and diving, mentoring kids, and going to business conferences. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valmore Anthony Stewart, Jr.
To President Gordon, officers, members of the West Indian Club, to other guests assembled, honorees, good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the committee for selecting me as an honoree. I would like to personally thank my dad, Second Vice President Valmore Stewart, for his support, guidance, and encouragement to success. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Mr. Val Stewart Jr. receiving our Youth Award, Youth Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one recipient left, and that person's name is Mr. Everton Fitzroy Dickens. Everton, please come forward and be recognized. Everton was born in Jamaica and migrated to the United States in the late 1990s. he chose to relocate to Hartford to join other family members. Everton easily adjusted to the greater Hartford community because of his many talents. Everton easily adjusted because he is a jack of all trades. He is passionate about all the work that he does. He's an exceptional chef, and he does not scrimp on the proper ingredient. Not ingredients, ingredient. He is a master mechanic who spends hours working on his vehicles. He's a plumber, painter, roofer, tiler, cabinet maker, heating mechanic, electrician, landscaper, and so much more. Everton is a general contractor and a contractor in general, and several subcontractors all rolled up into one. Many of his trades were self-taught and perfected over the years. Recognizing this exceptional talent, the West Indian Social Club was extremely delighted to recruit him as a member. Since then, he has saved the organization's tens of thousands of dollars due to his eagerness to assist with the upkeep of the building and the grounds. In addition, Everton has a strong, vibrant passion for the success and the welfare of the West Indian Social Club. This is often expressed in our monthly general meetings, in which you can hear him voicing his opinion, to say the least. The only thing that you must not do is interrupt Everton during domino time. That is Saturday. That is, as he says, and I quote, "This is me domino time." He has 6 adorable children whose names all start with J. Although apparently he has not passed on the domino skills to them, unfortunately. But he has passed on his skills and his handiworks in the kitchen so they can also use the proper ingredient. The West Indian Social Club members love and appreciate Everton Dickens' tremendous dedication and contribution to this organization. As a result, he has been selected as the 2018 Member of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Everton Fitzroy Dickens, an exceptional member. Would you like to say a few words?
Not much.
Not much?
I'm short of words right now. I am short of words right now. My cousin just called me a while ago. I was on my way to my domino. Just to sneak away, I was glad to take Daddy home. And she called me and said, I got to be here. But first I have to thank the organization for selecting me and thank all the people that turned out for this event. And I hope next year it will be greater. And may God bless you. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Mr. Everton Fitzroy Dickens. And as we make our way back up to the lectern, we'd like to have Mr. Clive Garrison make his way to the lectern as well to give a vote of thanks because, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, our time together has nearly ended. Yes, I know.
Yes.
It's very sad to see me go, but you love to see me walk away.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give all of our award recipients a hand.
They worked hard, and we were glad to recognize them.
And as Clive Garrison comes forward with a vote of thanks, we want to thank you so much for allowing us to be your MCs this evening. I will see you on Mondays for the lottery. Yes. I tell you, if I could have gotten $1 for everyone who asked me how to win the lottery, I'd be a rich woman. There is no secret. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. And we have one other announcement, and then you'll hear the words of Mr. Garrison. Thank you so much on behalf of OG and myself. Good night.
Thank you very much. One announcement I did want to make is that The Consul General of Barbados, who was unable to be here this evening, will be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you know any Barbadians, please tell them to come to the West Indian Social Club tomorrow between 6 and 8 to have a meeting with the Consul General. If you want more information, please contact New York at foreign.gov.bb. Once again, that's New York at foreign.gov.bb. Or be here tomorrow at 6 o'clock sharp, just like you were tonight. Thank you very much. Have a good night, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. and Miss MC. Did they did a wonderful job? Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clive Garrison, and it's an honor for me to stand here before you tonight as first Vice President of the West Indian Social Club. And I'd like to say, on behalf of our officers and members, I would like to thank the founding father for their vision to form the West Indian Social Club, so we are able to celebrate 68 years of existence. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks to the honorees, all dignitaries, and everyone for their support. A special mention to the Baltimore group. We thank you. And we hope our relationship will continue. A special thanks to the Boy Scouts and the performers. To the caterer, Mr. Anthony Bannock and his staff for preparing such a wonderful meal. And to our MCs. Last but not least, to the committee who worked tirelessly to make this program a success. Thank you all for your hard work. And again, thank you all for supporting our program. And with God will, see you next year for our 69th anniversary. God bless you, enjoy the rest of the night, and have a safe journey home. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just an additional thank you. You know, each year, we are so fortunate to have some very talented individuals within our midst. And this particular gentleman, he was one of the first individuals that the West Indian Social Club supported in his artwork. He is from Guyana, and Keith Carr, God bless his soul, he's passed on, but Keith was a lover of the arts. And he always reached out to the young people in the community to identify those people who were exceptional. And he found in this gentleman no other than Stanwyck Cromwell. Yes, let's give him a big hand. And an individual who at one time was just a budding artist. And I'm telling you, we need to support the young people when they're first getting started, because Keith Carr was one of those individuals that did. And fortunately, over the years, Stan have grown, and there's hardly a gallery anywhere in these United States that he does not exhibit at some time or another. Let's give him another big hand. And so I can remember when I was just like a trainee at one of the insurance companies in the city, and Stan would come out with his artwork,
And I could barely afford at the time the price many of those artwork cost, but they certainly not what they are today. And I would put them on layaway until I could afford to purchase them fully. And I'm just so proud that many of the pieces that I bought for $500 and $800 today is worth $5,000, $6,000, and $10,000. I have been to numerous exhibits, and when I see the prices now, I'm like, wow. Make sure I have, the security camera on the pieces that I do have. So Stan, I am just so thankful that you have not forgotten the West Indian Social Club. And each year in the past 3 years, the cover of our book is one of his pieces. And we want to thank you so very much for making this happen. I also would like to be able to get the West Indian Social Club to purchase one of his original pieces. So I'd like all of you to remember this, that we will be reaching out to you because we don't have the $9,000, $10,000, or $15,000 that it will cost today to purchase a very large piece of his work for some place in this organization. And so I would like for you to think about a memoriam to someone who has passed on, our forefathers, any ways that you might be able to contribute to make it possible that the West Indian Social Club could have a piece of his original artwork hung someplace here in these buildings. So Stan, we'll be working with you hopefully to make that happen. And maybe by our 69th or our 70th anniversary, we can have an unveiling of a piece of his artwork. He's done things about the farm workers, the migrant workers, just so many things that really depicts. And please take a look at the write-up on this particular piece. It's very spiritual. And again, we thank you so very much. And I couldn't come up here tonight without giving you a joke. You see my 94-year-old dad, he just left and went home. But I'm telling you, we live across from a park. And my dad would go out with his friends and sit at that park on a daily basis. And 1 month, he did not see his friend. 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by, 30 days went by, he did not see his friend. So he was getting concerned, and fortunately, the following week, the friend shows up. He says, man, where have you been? He says, you know that little lady we always see down at McDonald's? She claimed that I raped her. And I was so impressed when I got in front of the judge, I admitted to it. So he said, you've been in jail all this time for admitting to rape? He said, no, the judge threw me in there for lying. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great evening. We love you and have a wonderful time.